bullshit.
And this is the Young and Gettin Podcast. Just so you know, you can find us on Apple Podcasts. Just search Young and Gettin Podcast. There's no G at the end of again. Please subscribe, rate, and review. We're also on SoundCloud.com/YAGI. Please follow us on there and comment. And we're also on YouTube. Just search Young and Gettin Podcast and look at us releasing episodes on time all of a sudden. So, hopefully this one drops on time because that would be really ironic. We'll see what the fuck happens. Niggas is busy. Remember, subscribe on there. Subscribe to our page. Watch all of our episodes. Comment on there. And we'll comment back.
And turn on those post notifications just in case.
Click that bell.
You can also find us on Instagram at YAGI_podcast. And then you could go to our website if you like, but you kind of like sort of need to, which is www.weareYAGIP.com. And then to join the conversation, email us at Ashleyandninapod@gmail.com. Ooh, I almost forgot. Or text us on our Google Voice number, which is 323-486-3811. And I also added that option to our Instagram, so you could text us directly from our Instagram now instead of having to actually type it in yourself.
Technology.
Back to the bullshit.
All the not Mexicans, all the Spanish speakers are so racist. I'm from California. I'm sorry. All the Spanish speakers are like, she said technology.
And people that ain't that slow.
People who know Spanish. Okay, I don't have a ton of pop culture, but I just read that based on A$AP Rocky's charges, he's facing up to 2 years in prison out there.
Oh, I thought originally they were saying 4. At least it's gone down. Did you hear about Trump saying Melania brought it up to him?
Yeah, Melania brought it up. And Melania knows who A$AP Rocky is.
Okay.
I was like, first of all, almost
anything to win, bro.
Right.
This is worse than people saying free college.
I mean, there's a huge problem here. Is that people are saying that Trump has a good chance of winning the next election. I'm like, did we not learn anything?
Well, majority of America is racist. So.
All the benefits from Obama are happening, obviously, after Obama, because that's how things happen. So Trump is taking credit for all of it. But it's like, first of all, if he wins again, oh my God, what the fuck? But second of all, like, what if the market crashes if the market crashes while he's president, he'll probably just say this is because of Obama.
No, but you know what I was thinking though, with Obama in his first term, he had to clean up the mess from Bush. Yeah. And then the second term, he was still low key cleaning up shit. Yeah. So now the effects of that are going to Trump. So it's like, this term, he may have looked well, and then, God forbid, he wins the second term. I feel like things are just going to go to shit. Because, like, things have already been, like, pretty wild with him being president right now. Yeah. So I don't think that it will remain in a situation where people could be like, yeah, no, he's good. But I don't know. White people are different. They'll cape for anybody if they white. So.
Yeah, anyone who saves them money, especially because he literally is like giving tax breaks to rich people. And then I just heard that they're taking away food stamps from like it was some large amount of people, like a whole bunch of people. I'm not gonna say a number because I don't remember. A whole bunch of people are gonna lose access to food stamps, and it's like, nigga, y'all hate your citizens people
starving.
My coworker came up to me today and she was like, what is this tax that I see getting taken out of my paycheck? Is the CASDI? And I looked it up. I was like, oh, it's the California Disability Insurance. And I was like, we all thought disability was included in Medicare, but it's not. So we're paying a percentage on federal. Then we're paying on municipal, which is California. State. We're paying Medicare. We're paying disability insurance, and we're paying Social Security.
And then that doesn't even count of your benefits that come out your check.
Oh my God, that doesn't even count what you're fucking. And then if you want a 401k, shit's coming out. Then your healthcare, which will be cheaper through your job most likely, shit's coming out. Honestly, once I get to a place where I'm making like good money because I want to work for myself, it's like. Because I'm undercover California because, like, why not? I'm young and 27.
I would definitely do it.
It's like, I'm really going to cancel my covered California and go to fucking Kaiser and be like, what's your best plan?
Hook me up.
Whatever the best one is, give me that.
What's the one that has the lowest deductible?
Right.
Let a bitch know, please.
Lowest deductible, no copay.
Yes.
They're going to be like $400 a month.
They'll be like $1,500, bitch. Don't even play. It would be $1,500.
Where ambulances are free.
Oh. That's only if you on fucking IEHP. All that shit free.
Oh, really?
Shit,
that's why doctors hate that shit?
You get free ER, and usually that shit, even with like good insurance, is $100.
Yeah,
you get free medications. You get free doctor's visits, no matter what. Like, you don't have a copay for none of that shit. Like, all your lab tests are free.
Damn.
X-rays are free. Damn. MRIs are free. Like, when I was on IEHP, I had everything done for free.
I'm like, nigga, let me transfer over to IEHP real quick and
you
piss
gotta
off
be poor.
Yeah.
Nigga, you gotta be poor. Because I was poor as shit when I had that.
Well, maybe when I start my own business, I just won't let them know for a few months that I sold anything.
And then they go tax the fuck out your ass and send you to jail.
No, I'm just gonna act like I made it, and nope, because the contracts are I'm going to jail.
She's trying to commit fraud.
I'm trying to be a scammer. It's like, when you in California and you need money, your thoughts really just go to some scamming shit. Like, how could
it makes me understand why people scam. Like, I can't be mad at you for scamming.
I was like, man, I should make my computer go missing and do my fucking theft insurance. And it's like, nigga, that's a scam.
That
like,
is insurance fraud.
You can't run a scam like that. And then on the thing is like, if we find out you're doing fraud, you can face jail time. Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, JT, let's learn from her. Oh yeah, that bitch been in jail.
Tax evasion, all that shit.
She been in jail since on some scamming shit.
Ain't her time up?
Nigga, they're saying she still got like another year, and it's like, girl,
damn,
you in jail forever. And she had like had a rehearing like last month, where
and they denied.
They were like, when she came here, she was broke. They were like, she's a rich rapper now. Like, they're like, she's not finna scam anybody.
She doesn't need to.
They were like, she is rich now. Like, you guys don't have to worry about that. And they were like, no, she still stole.
She's still black.
Yeah, right. Fuck that. She's still fucking.
Yeah, she's still
she's
black.
A nagger still.
Okay, so. She didn't bleach her skin. Sorry.
Exactly. You have a lot of coaching you feel like talking about?
Super random. Like, you know how we always talk about Chris Brown and how he be beating bitches? I'm like, when is that gonna pass for him? Like, when? Like, is he ever gonna be able to escape that shit?
No, not until that nigga stops doing coke.
Right? And I was thinking about it. I was like, is it because he don't like live his life the way people would expect him to live his life after he done did some wild shit? Like, this nigga just keeps doing wild shit.
Yes.
And like, I only thought about that because like his album has been on heavy rotation for me. I've actually listened to that bitch.
What's it called again?
Indigo.
Yeah.
And there's actually a lot of songs on there I like. But like, if there's 30 fucking 2 songs,
this nigga is on coke, because he said when he released the last one, which I still ain't finished.
I'd have never.
He said he had 400 songs, and he dropped it to 40 something. And like, I remember telling you about that album. I said, nigga, just let that shit play. That nigga has hits. Just inside.
I drive a lot, so I'm like, I be turning it on. Like, when I know I got to drive far, I'm like, I could listen to his whole album and still not be there yet.
And then you'd be listening, and you'd be like, damn, this song is fucking good. Like,
I'm like, oh, this is good.
I'm like, this nigga Chris Brown knows how to make a fucking
beat
song.
My ass. I'm just kidding.
That's how bitches feel about R. Kelly. They're like, when all them grown women that are like, what?
Did you see what his fucking crisis prevention dude said?
Yes, that's stupid. R. Kelly, it's over.
Honey.
It's over for you.
Nah, his dude said, I would not let my child in the room with a known sex offender.
Yeah.
So she's like, okay, so are you saying she wouldn't hang around R. Kelly? And so he just repeated the same thing again. It's like, nigga, you said yes.
I would not let my daughter around
like,
anyone
you sound like a Republican.
Of pedophilia.
You said yes.
I'm like, nigga, like, R. Kelly, you just failed. Like, nigga, you have nobody who has your back, my nigga. Like,
his bitches.
The crazy thing, right? And it's like, they're fucking 21.
Yeah, one of them, that girl from the original sex tape, is gonna testify. They said she's gonna testify now.
Wait, really?
I read
the
something
girl,
like that.
the girl who got peed on. Girl,
they said she's gonna testify.
Oh shit!
That's why they're like, he's going down.
Oh my God. They must have offered her money or something, because she was keeping her mouth shut for decades.
Right? Because she wasn't even that documentary. And didn't Lifetime say that they're going to do a follow-up to it?
Yeah. They have the R. Kelly after the something. Like, they have another special coming out. Surviving R. Kelly after the blah, blah. Yeah. Oh my God. I had no idea that the main girl is going to testify. R. Kelly, you wow.
Okay.
You and Bill Cosby, man. Y'all just
Bill is done for. He didn't die yet. Oh, sorry.
I mean, with the bacteria in there, I'm shocked that
bacteria.
The prison is fucking dirty. That shit's nasty as hell. That's why niggas
die. Like that nigga in the same place. He ain't in the same place as everybody else. Even though he was like drugging bitches, nah.
Yeah.
He paid for something.
He's in isolation, but he probably has TVs and shit. Because it depends on your level of security too. Because fucking Taxstone, who's in jail for murder is posting on Instagram and like legally posting on Instagram, doing his story and everything.
That's crazy to me. How you posting a story in jail?
You posting a whole story.
Like you never have anything new to say.
You doing happy birthday.
What, did they change
outs.
the menu?
Yeah,
Like,
I know, right? Like
you get more time out in the yard.
I think
like,
he's probably a what do they call the pod boss?
Oh,
he's probably a pod boss in there just because he has money and he's so connected and shit like that. But
and was like famous.
It still makes me sad that a nigga went to jail. I was listening to something where he was on the phone in prison, like interviewing a different podcast. It was like Miko Grimes or something. But it's like, the nigga's just still working. But I'm like, the nigga's just not getting out of jail. Damn. It just looks like he really did kill that guy. Cause I mean,
didn't he?
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw the.
Like he really
I mean, because they're like allegedly. I saw the surveillance and I was like,
he in jail. This
nigga's wide open in everyone's view, under the camera, pointing a gun and shooting the shit in the direction of the nigga who died. Aww. Like, nigga, you killed someone. Like, and you played us. Nigga, because you told
but that's what murderers do. Like,
I'm a predicate felon.
People.
I won't never do crime again. I'm a predicate felon. He told us so many times, I'm a predicate felon. I'm a predicate felon.
He said it too much.
If I do something one more time, I'm done. And then you pull out a gun.
He jinxed himself.
And it's like, nigga, you're not even allowed to carry a gun.
You can't ever have one. You can't even vote, my nigga.
You can go to jail for life for carrying a gun. And you shot somebody. And they died. Nigga, what? Like, man, that gangbanging shit, man. They don't give a fuck. They'll just keep going.
Right. And, like, that's always, like, the thing. Like, when is it enough? Never, clearly.
Don't give a fuck.
Did you hear about... This one I thought you saw. Oh, it's not on the Shade Room. Jay-Z and Meek Mill partnered to launch Dream Chasers label and cultivate a new class of artists. Woo woo.
That's super dope. And it's, like, two really... I mean, Jay-Z, first of all, like... You know, one of the kings of rap.
You know, I found out, like, Jay-Z be investing in shit. Like, I didn't know he invested in. So I was listening to How I Built This. It's an NPR podcast. Yeah. Y'all should listen to it. And it was on Carol's daughter. You know the hair brand?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he was talking to her, and, like, Jay-Z was one of her investors.
Wow.
And I was just like...
Wow.
This nigga be in everything.
The nigga invests in everything.
And don't talk about it. Like, you don't know that he's in it.
Yeah, and he don't
like,
wear chains and crazy shit all the time.
That's what I love.
That's literally what I want to do one day is, like, just invest in shit, like save up money and like get my own businesses started, but then just find shit to invest in, be an angel investor for people, like, and then they generate money, and I'm like,
I mean, it's really helpful.
Yeah, that's like the ultimate goal. That would be the best. And not flashing no jewelry, not showing no material shit, like how Jay-Z looks in that picture.
Yeah, he's fucking basic. Meek Mill, look at this nigga.
Yeah,
5 chains.
Meek Mill young as shit though. He's a baby compared to Jay-Z.
I mean, he's still getting locked up too. So
right,
he's not.
And nigga need to stop dirt biking.
And Jay-Z, I don't know. Jay-Z could be in some shit, but he just be low key. Like, the only thing we found out about him being wild was him cheating on Beyonce, but he been doing that.
And people don't even believe it's true. Some people still think it was a marketing.
Doing that.
People are weird about Beyonce. I'm like, I'm not even a stan, but I'm like, Beyonce ain't that fake.
Yeah,
like, she's just
he did
chilling.
that shit.
Yeah, I think he did it.
And then one quick last thing, like, I read this article on Yahoo about how giving free education will hurt everybody basically in like 3 separate ways. And one of them is like that everybody, like a bachelor's degree will be more accessible. And I was like, niggas are saying this like people are going to get accepted just because college is free.
Right.
Like, just because it is free does not mean everybody will apply.
Yeah.
It also does not mean everybody will get in.
It doesn't even make your homework easier
no.
either. You still gotta pass.
Still have to finish.
Yeah.
And then they were saying that like private institutions would be more costly, and like students that had like well off parents wouldn't be able to afford the cost. I don't care.
What the fuck does
go
that
public
matter?
Then, like the rest of us that can't afford
private school shouldn't be focused on rich kids. What the fuck is wrong? What's the fuck?
No. I was like, yeah, stupid. I could care less.
Yeah.
Like, and all these people in the comments were complaining about how they paid their shit off.
I don't give
a
fuck.
By doing this, it's not teaching us accountability. And then they were like, if
accountability.
If you don't know the terms of a loan when you go to college, you shouldn't go. I was just like, I did not know the terms.
You mean
of
almost everybody?
Yeah, like I didn't understand what this shit was. I was like, oh, I'm getting a check.
Yeah,
of this amount of money.
That statement comes from such a level of privilege.
Yeah.
Like, oh, everyone has financial teaching growing up, and everyone has the opportunity to get into wherever they. No, shut the fuck up. You sound not black,
right? Or the I worked my ass off so that I wouldn't have college debt. Good for you.
I'm working my ass off too, and I still have debt. So shut your ass up. Like, what the fuck? Everyone thinks their situation is the ultimate situation.
Right? And I was just reading it, getting annoyed. I was like, these are all white people.
These are all privileged people. Yeah,
literally.
You sound dumb.
Yeah, like
there's people who work hard, have been working hard for decades, and can't pay their shit off.
Or there's people that still have to have a job in college and they're getting loans.
Yeah,
that was me.
That was me.
I had a job and I got loans and I was a full-time student
and I was still broke. Like, nigga, we don't come from shit. Like, you know what the fuck? Like, I mean, we come from shit relatively.
Yeah,
we're
but
blessed.
We're not like where our parents could pay for our college education.
Right. Yeah. We're not in that
Can't
place.
afford it.
Like, yeah, good for you that you paid your shit off. I plan on paying my shit off too one day, nigga. It ain't paid off now though. Like,
I'm gonna wait a little bit, see if they wipe that shit first, so I ain't be crying like y'all.
Pay a little low here or there, right? You know. So they're like, okay, she's active,
she's trying.
I'm gonna be like, hey,
getting the interest down.
Because I obviously deferred it. Like I didn't defer Cal State, but I deferred Pepperdine, and I was all like, obviously I ain't finna pay that shit. And then whenever I have to pay that shit, I'm gonna be like, so what is the literally lowest dollar amount?
You know, like if they'll call you sometimes because they did this to me before, and they were like, oh, can you afford $200? I was like, no. I was like, I can't. And they were like, so what about like 100? I was like, no. And then they're like, what? Okay, can you do like 50? I was like, maybe.
I'm just gonna keep saying no until they stop lowering it. That shit, they're gonna go down to like $43. I'm gonna be like, no, I can't do that. They're like, sorry, ma'am, that's the lowest we can do. I can't pay that. Okay, ma'am. Well, I'm sorry. This is the lowest we can go. Okay, cool.
Right? Because I really just kept saying no. Like, I can't afford that. Like,
no.
But this was also when I was making $1,000 a month. So it's like realistically, I could not afford it.
Yeah, fuck no. So $100 a month is a lot.
That's a chunk.
Yeah. Damn. How are we surviving off of
I
such small amounts of money?
I was also on food stamps, so that's part of the reason I survived.
I wanted to do food stamps right after I became a waitress, and because I was a waitress, they're like, you don't qualify.
Man,
I was like,
fuck y'all.
But yeah.
All right, you ready for commercial?
Yeah.
Hey guys, interrupting the conversation very quickly to bring you a black feature of the week. So this week we have the Maven brand, and they are the creators of Never So Dope. If you have seen this hashtag on Instagram, you know what I'm talking about. So this is a movement to show that African Americans can get money and secure the bag in other ways than selling dope. So the creator of Never Sold Dope is Kenyon Johnson. He's the founder. And so his statement about this hashtag and about this t-shirt that they make is Never Sold Dope is not a judgment on how anybody who has, but let's peel back their layers on who people are, open up a dialogue, and start a conversation. Let's change the narrative. We're more complex than you think. Heard. Very freaking true. So if you want to check them out, support the Never Sold Dope movement, you can either use the hashtag or you can go on their website and you could upload a picture of yourself in the t-shirt and have a little feature on yourself. And the website is themavenbrand.com. I'll spell it for you. TAG, the Maven, MAVEN, brand, BRAND.com. And you can also find them on Instagram under the Maven brand. That's their page where they have all the features of everybody who supports the Never Sold Dope movement. And you guys, I think it's really great and something that we should all take part in, you know, because not all of us is selling dope out here to get the coin.
Yes.
All right. And we need to teach these people that that's not all that we do.
Right. We're not just drug dealers and rappers.
And strippers.
Right.
All right. Or scammers.
Right.
So, yeah, guys, back to the regularly scheduled program. Hey guys, welcome back to the conversation. So last week we talked about like how to buy a car, basically how to budget for it. And then I remember I said like if I ever got to the point where I couldn't afford my lease, I would just make my payments on my car. I would take that shit back. Mm-hmm. Turns out you still gonna have to fucking pay if you do that. Like, bitch, that's how I reacted when I saw that. I was like, wait, so there's no way out.
Wait, what the fuck?
Like, so they're just gonna fuck your credit no matter what. So with that being said, I was like, like, so I was like, there's probably somebody in this situation that's like, damn, I really don't know what to do. Like, and they probably want to take their shit back. So I looked it up, and like, the 3 things that they suggest for you to do if you ever get in this predicament is swap your lease with somebody that you know. So like, you could swap your lease to a family member. Okay. Or like ask the family member just to pay your shit. So they say you could do that, but there may be a lease transfer fee. Right. So you have to read the terms of your lease to see if there's a fee for transferring your lease over to somebody else.
But what does that mean? Transferring your lease? Like they take your car?
They take your name off and put somebody else's name on your car.
But that means that person is responsible for paying for your shit. So you gotta. That's like asking for someone to be your
cosigner.
Cosigner, yeah.
But your name's not on it anymore. So they're the owner. They're the owner of your lease now.
So these niggas will have to pay your shit or.
Yeah.
Assume you.
But in the article, there's some things that say, okay, so there's other rules about when you can transfer, such as not within the first 12 months, and then if you, depending on who your automaker is, like, you still might be held accountable for missed payments if the person who you swapped the lease with doesn't make the payment. Damn. So it's like, you're just gonna be accountable. I guess the good news of this is that the transfer fee is only it could be $300 to $500. That's some good news. That's not a lot of fucking money. Yeah. To most people.
Right. Relatively.
The other option you have, which might not be possible for some of y'all motherfuckers, is to buy the car and then sell it. So you pay whatever the remaining balance is on the car and then sell the car to get some type of net value back on it. Damn. But if like you've had your car for like 3 years and it's almost at the 4th year of your lease, then it's going to be devalued and depreciated a lot. And you might get what they called in this article negative equity, where it's like you're not really making money off of the transaction. You're actually owing money.
You lost money on your asset.
Yes. And that's another thing that they said to do is trading your vehicle for another vehicle. So that can either result in negative equity or positive equity, depending on where you are in your lease term and how much you have paid off on the car.
I like laugh because I was like, yeah, they would be like, bitch, pay me. Like if I gave these niggas my car back for another car, even if the car I gave them for was used, I have so many miles on my shit. They'd be like, you owe me about $2,000 to $5,000 on top of taking my fucking car. Exactly. Oh my God.
So those were the 3 things that I found that you could do if you get in that situation. God forbid that you do. And there's 2 other ones on here, but I didn't read them. So let me read them now. So one is a lease pull ahead.
Pull ahead,
right? Some dealerships offer these incentive programs, which allow you to skip your last 3 payments if you immediately lease another vehicle. But that's like, they only do that when you're at the end of your lease, like to get you to keep getting cars from them. They don't do that when you're like midway through your lease. Because I know somebody who did that.
Yeah. And imagine if you owe money. Like, this shit ain't going to be fun.
Nah. Like, but you're still going to have to continually pay for a vehicle because now you're leasing. If you lease another vehicle, hopefully you finance it. If you lease that vehicle, you're going to still have to pay whatever that lease term agreement is. Like whatever that amount is, you'll have to pay that off for however long that lease is. Yeah. So you're just going to be having car payments still.
Just too much.
And then another one is getting a dealership buyout. So some dealerships might also offer to do this if you purchase another car from them, usually in the last year of your lease. Again, read the contract carefully to make sure the dealer hasn't charged you for a lease transfer. Sneaky asses. You're obligated to lease or buy another vehicle from the same manufacturer, but your final payments are forgiven and you can transition into a more affordable vehicle if needed. Yeah. So in my opinion, the best thing to do is sell your fucking car. Yeah. Like in any of these other options, you'll just be stuck with the payment most likely or another payment.
Sell your car, but it's like you would have to have enough money to not only pay what you remain on the loan, but to have enough for a down payment on another car. That's just like selling your house too. It's like you want to pay back your loan, but you want to be able to put a down payment on another. I'm like very highly likely going to do a lease buyout because I have a 3-year lease. And a strong part of me just wants to be like, how much do I owe? Right. And just give them that.
I started thinking that too. I was like, actually, like, because I'm like, I like my car. I really like it. And I don't want to pay the same price for another one of these motherfuckers.
Oh, fuck no, yeah.
No. I'll be getting something else. Like, I'm going to keep that one. and then keep my other one maybe, because that shit always got something fucking wrong with it. Is it something wrong with it that I realized on the way here?
Fuck.
Bitch, both my headlights are out.
Damn.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Didn't even notice. Like, I knew one was out, and I was like, oh, I'll go to the store, like, later on this week. Then I'm driving here, and I realize I have no fucking headlights.
Damn.
I'm just like, fuck. I was thinking about driving my other car, and I was like, no, just drive this one, like, whatever. Like, you have gas in it, just fucking drive it, and you don't work tomorrow. Because I usually don't drive it, so I have gas for work. Too much info, but yeah, I was driving over here, and I was like, oh, bitch, you ain't got no headlights.
You got no lights. Damn.
So I had to turn on my high beams. I'm like, look at God, I didn't get a ticket on the way over here.
I know. Shit. Good. Well, let's look at God that it don't happen on the way home.
Right. I ain't got no paraphernalia in the car.
I know, right?
Nothing's wrong in there.
I got no drugs.
I got work shit, and that's it.
If a police officer ever was all like, smells like there's weed in here, I'm going to be like, sir, I don't drink or smoke. I'm just going to say something so not true.
I'm allergic to weed.
I'm going to be like, it's Lent.
Alcohol.
I actually gave up everything.
I'm allergic.
So I feel like this is a racist comment that you're making, sir. It's like, while I got a blunt just sitting in the fucking center console, half smoked, so it's all smelling.
It's strong. You know what I always think is like, you know how we have that little clippy thing in our car? Like, as soon as I get pulled over, I will turn on my front-facing camera. And I was like, I probably would turn it on both of my phones. Yeah. To have a backup, because I don't trust these fuckers.
I should do that. And he was like, he was like, were you touching your phone? I'm like, no.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna be like, nah, I just started recording when you pulled me over, because just in case you try to kill me.
I got a body camera too.
Yeah.
So.
Try.
Because you know they even record you like when you're just like having a conversation with them. Like if they get called out to your house and they're just like talking to you, they turn on their camera for that.
They're supposed to, even though some of these cops be trying to play by saying it didn't work or turning it off and acting like something happened. It's like, no, fuck out of here.
You never turned it on, bro.
Well,
you had no intention.
Those are some good tips about cars, you know, and a lot of people want to get cars, but you know, cars are expensive, so you got to be really careful that you don't trap yourself in a shitty contract and go broke over it either. If you don't have money, you shouldn't be getting a new car. Like, when people, I remember this one person said, like, oh, I'm about to get a new car. It's like, oh, I have the insurance paid. And it's like, you guys, insurance is like 1 to 2 payments a year. So it's like, it's a lump sum.
But you don't have to do it that way.
But it's like the person was doing that or whatever. And it was like, okay. And they were like, oh, yeah, it's just the damn monthly payments. And I was like, nigga,
that's the most important part.
You're supposed to have that shit.
That's the key.
The fuck? Like, you're taking dumbass chances. Like, people will have a job literally for like 3 weeks, get their first check and be like, I'm getting a car. It's like, no, nigga, have your job for at least I had mine for 9 months before I got a car. It's like, you guys, please, I beg. Time for a look at God. Do you have a look at God that you can
what was it? Oh, well, look at God, I didn't get pulled over. And then, oh, look at God, I finished, like, my first YouTube video for my hair page. Yay. Like, the only thing I have to do is add the voiceover. That's the easy part. Yay. But it's all edited. I took it down from 20 minutes to 9.
Tell them the name of the...
Oh, yeah, I guess so. I guess you guys could know. It's Curl 4L. I'll spell it for you. So it's CURL, the number 4, Life, LIFE _ on Instagram. And I think it's the same thing on YouTube. I don't know. I ain't posted shit yet, but you'll know.
Curl for Life?
Yeah, Curl for Life.
Curl for Life. I don't know why.
Curl for L.
I don't know why I thought it is curly, not curl.
Curly for Life. Oh, you right. I don't even know my own fucking
I was like,
name.
I didn't know it was curl. Curly.
Curly for Life. I think that's because my email is Curl for Life.
Curly for Life with the number 4 and an _ after life. Yep. Get on there. Watch the natural videos.
And be nice to me.
My look at God is like, I was summer school teaching at like an alternative school, so I thought it was gonna be some badass fucking kids and like it was gonna be a fucking ruckus, and it's like, no, all these kids are very well behaved, like, and like nice and shit, and some of them are really ambitious, you know, and like have really good, you know, plans. So it's like, that's been really fun. But I was really happy to find out that like summer school ends at the end of next week, and so I actually, like, I was gonna say like, oh, I have 2 weeks off, like, but it's like, no, I'm still a waitress. But it's like, I technically have 2 weeks off, so it's like, I don't have to work. I don't have to be like, oh, I'm gonna be late or whatever, you know, like, I don't have to worry about none of that. If I don't want to wake up, I just don't come to work, which is nice. And so it's like nice being able to make my own schedule because I need my own time. And then, but the good thing is if I wanted to work, I realized that the other school I work for actually starts like the day that I end the other school.
Don't
so I'm
do
like,
it.
No, I know. I'm not going to go.
Don't do it.
I was like,
you need a break.
That first Monday, bitch, I ain't doing shit. Like, I'm about to rest, y'all.
I feel you.
I'm still going to go to work, but it's like, I need rest. I need to seek rest, you know? And so I'm excited about that. But that's basically it. Yeah. More blessings to come. And just so you guys know, you can find us on Apple Podcasts. Just search Young and Gettin Podcast. There's no G at the end of Gettin. Please subscribe, rate, and review. We're also on SoundCloud.com/WeAreYAGIP. Please follow us on there, comment on there. And we're also on YouTube. Just search Young and Gettin Podcast with no G at the end of Gettin. Subscribe and comment on there. We're also on Spotify. Just search Young and Gettin Podcast and follow our playlist. We're also on GooglePlay, Stitcher, and Pocket Casts.
And you can also find us on Twitter and Instagram at YAGI_podcast, or you could go to Facebook, which is facebook.com/YAGIPOD. Or you could go to our website, which is www.weareyagip.com. And then, you know, if you want to talk to us or whatever, hit us up in our email, Ashleyandninapod@gmail.com, or text us on our Google Voice number, which is 323-486-3811. And both of those forms of contact, you could just go to our Instagram page and click contact, and then like you could do both of those right motherfucking there.
Yeah.
So yeah, use it.
Bye.